All right. Good evening, everybody. I can see we have one person joined. A very good evening to you. I'm very sure people are going to be joining very, very shortly. So, welcome to you, one person. Thank you for joining. Hi, Christine. Thank you for joining. It's good to have you here. So, we are going to kick off now because this is going to be on YouTube, and sometimes code was waiting at the beginning. So we'll kick off now. People have gotten the alerts that we are live, so they'll join us. So very warm welcome to our viewers and a very warm welcome to our guest speaker for today. Is going to be sharing on what to do to be financially stable in life. We have been looking forward to this conversation because this whole month of July, we have been talking about personal finance. So, this is going to be the cherry on top of the cake. All right. So, for those of you who are new to No Ordinary Life, No Ordinary Life is a careers and personal motivation platform, and we aim to inspire people to reach their purpose, passions, and their goals, and to take meaningful routes to get there. Because it's about careers and about personal development, a huge part of personal development is also financial development, mental health, all the other bits and pieces that make a person whole. So, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome, and we hope that you continue to stay on our platform. We are we have social media platforms on all the major social media platforms, I should say. We have Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, and so you can follow us on all of those pages. And so I think we can get straight into the conversation. And how this usually works is I do the introduction of our guest. She also introduces herself, and then we do some icebreaker questions, which are supposed to be fun questions, so we can get to know our guest a little bit more. So that's the most exciting part of the conversation, I should say. And today we are going to allow our guests, Dr. Olaide, to take the stage completely and just share on what to do, on what we can do to be financially stable in life. And then afterwards, you guys will share your questions for her. And so, just a quick introduction. My name is Claudia. I'm the founder of No Ordinary Life, and we have our special guest, who is Dr. Olaide. I'm not very good with names, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce your surname. I'm very sure it's very easy, but I always make a mess of names, so I'll let you introduce yourself properly, Dr. Olaide. But she is a real estate consultant. She is an academic researcher. She's a content creator, and she's very passionate about mindset, money, and purposeful, intentional living. And so she's going to tell us more about herself. And so this is the part where I hand over to you, Dr. Olaide, to introduce yourself as best as you can for our guests. Thank you very much and welcome.
Thank you so much, Claudia. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for having me. Good evening, everybody. I hope you're doing well. So I'm Dr. Olaide Adbaje. As she has said, I'm an academic researcher. I'm also a real estate consultant. I'm a public speaker. I like to inspire people with my words. I like to share insights with them. I'm also the founder of the Intentional Readers Club, and online reading platform of over 600 members. And what we do is that we promote a daily reading culture because we know that is going extinct in our days, right? A lot of people don't like to read, don't like to acquire knowledge. So we're trying to change the narrative. And so much can be said, but then that's basically what you need to know about me. I'm a Nigerian, and I hope that tonight we'll have a wonderful time together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olaide. That's amazing. And I didn't know about the reading club. That's a very interesting. Uh, that's very interesting, actually. I've been trying to get into reading for the longest time, and I think it's very important that you have a platform that seeks to promote daily reading because a lot of people struggle with reading. Whether it's time or for other reasons. So would love to have you. Maybe one day we'll have you separately to talk about just your life in general and how you came to do what you focus on the financial aspect of things. So thank you for gracing us with your presence today. All right. So we have our this or that question. So this is the icebreaker, the fun bits of today's session. Quickly, not too much time to think, but it's interesting. So yeah, so Dr. Lada, you have to say which one you go for.
Sorry, you were breaking there. I didn't get you.
Okay. Yes. So I was so that this or that question, would you prefer
Okay,
budgeting or investing?
both. Are we allowed to choose both? Okay, if we have to choose only one, investing.
Yes, investing. Okay. Save a little daily or save a lot monthly?
Save a little daily.
Okay. Short-term goals or long-term goals?
Long-term goals.
Financial podcasts or financial books?
Financial books.
Okay. Discipline or motivation?
Discipline. Any day, anytime.
Okay. Intensity or consistency?
Consistency.
Learn by doing or learn by studying?
Learn by doing.
Okay. Wealth building or lifestyle redesign?
Wealth building.
And final one, build assets or build skills?
Build skills.
Fantastic. Wow, well done. So those were a lot of
Thank you.
questions. And we it's very interesting the what she went for. So I think I'll go for one of the questions, one of the this or that you chose. So we had consistency or intensity, and you said consistency. So why consistency rather than intensity?
For me, consistency beats intensity. I prefer to do something little by little, but regularly than waiting for one big moment and then I'm under pressure or I'm deploying all my energy and strength into it. That way, you have not really become that thing. But when you focus on consistency, it is more of becoming. You're actually building. You are becoming that person. You are growing along the line. But intensity can just come woo at a point and then you're not even paying attention. But because you have to get it done, then you do it, not paying
Mm,
attention to who you're actually becoming in the process. So with intensity, there may not be growth, but with consistency, there is growth.
wow, that's very, very true. Amazing. So yeah, we've gotten to learn more about you, and you've given us a nice opener to the financial disciplines we have to be financially stable in life. So I'll now hand over to you to share what do we need to do to be financially stable in life. Yes, we're very expectant. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Claudia. Thank you once again for having me. This is a privilege that I do not take for granted. And to every member of this organization, thank you so much. I am honored to be here tonight to share my insights with you, to share my experience. And I hope that we would leave this meeting tonight with some valuable lessons that can help us to improve our lives and to also become better every day. So I've been told to share what you can do to become financially stable. Financial stability should not be a wish. It should be everybody's goal. Yes. As much as you're working or you have a business, whether you're a student, you're an entrepreneur, whoever you are, financial stability should be your goal, and it should not be left to chance. Otherwise, you may never build it. It is something that you build intentionally. So before I go into some points or principles that I'm going to share with you on how to build financial stability, I'd like to talk to your mindset first and foremost, because without the proper mindset, you cannot build financial stability. Financial stability goes beyond just having cash at hand. You just having money to spend. It goes beyond that. An undeveloped mind is going to mismanage money if you don't have the right mindset about money, because money is a good servant, but a terrible master. I'm sure you've heard that before. It is a terrible master, but it can be a good servant. If you don't know how to deal with money, it is going to be your servant, and it is not going to treat you well. It's going to make you misbehave. It's going to make you proud. It may eventually lead to the ruin of anybody. But if you have mastered money management, discipline, consistency, and all the other values that you need to keep money, to multiply money, to make sure that money is put to good use for you, not money controlling you, then you're good to go. So your mindset is very, very important. How do you see money? How do you see rich people? When you hear about wealth, what comes to your mind? Do you think that, oh, you need to be fraudulent to be wealthy? Or do you think that, oh, anybody who is rich must be into some dubious endeavors? Are you jealous of people who are doing well financially? These are some of the wrong mindsets that some people don't realize that they have. They toil day and night. They are chasing money. They are looking for money. Yet they are not financially stable because they have the wrong mindsets. Some people believe that they can never become rich. They can never become wealthy because of their background, or because they are not educated, or they have no opportunities. So they are playing it small. They are not trying. They remain in their comfort zones. So you have to break down every barrier to your financial stability. What kind of books do you read? What are the people that you surround yourself with? What are the philosophies that you grew up with about money? In Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, the author talks about our money blueprints. We all have it. It is what you grew up with about money. And it starts from your family. Maybe when you were growing up, money was scarce. So now you have grown up believing that money is scarce. Money is not something you easily come by. And then when you see people doing well, you're asking, how are they getting this money? How are they making it? Or maybe while you were growing up, your parents were stingy. They don't give. They are not generous. So you also believe that you have to be stingy with money. That the more you keep, the more you have, which is a wrong blueprint. Maybe you were fortunate enough to grow up in a family where money was in abundance, where your parents were generous, where they created value and money was always flowing in and they managed the money well. Your father multiplied the money, invested, your mother was always saving, and they imbibed that culture in you that you should also save, you should pay your tithes, you should do all that. That is a good money blueprint. So your blueprint affects your financial life, whether consciously or unconsciously. It could even stem from your church. You went to a church where people would only be miserly with their offerings, or where the pastor preaches in a certain kind of way when it comes to money, or the subject of money is not even discussed at all. It is seen to be evil. You have to first of all break down that mindset. And if you want to break it down, the first book I'll recommend is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Go and read that book. First of all, it will deal with your negative thinking about money. You will see people or read about people who were from humble backgrounds, but who made it in life when they followed some principles. So your mindset is important. Now, what are the things that you need to do in order to become financially stable? Because financial stability should be your long-term goal. You may be hustling now, trying to make ends meet with your 9-to-5 job or your business. You are a hustler, you're struggling, and ends are still not meeting. So the number one thing that I must realize is that you should stop chasing money and start creating value. Money will always flow in the direction of value. When I started creating value, that was when money started flowing to me. Some people believe that money will flow by just going to work, doing their business and all of that. But if you are doing routine jobs, you are not creating any value. Value means that you are adding to others. You are solving problems. It is only when you solve problems for people that they can pay you. So if you don't have any problem that you are solving, nobody is going to pay you anything, or they pay you peanuts. There are some people that will render service to me, maybe my mechanic, for example. And when we say, oh, how much is your money? So just give me anything you want. Just give me anything you want. And then some people will take advantage of them. You just give them peanuts. That cannot make them rich. If you believe in the value that you have created, name your price. If it is open to negotiation, fine. But create value. What problem are you solving? What are you selling? What service are you rendering? Or are you just employed to be doing a routine job? You are not learning anything in the process. Your employer does not feel your impact. They just feel that you come to work to fill space. The same job that you have been doing for the past 10 years, the same routine is what you're still doing. Nothing is different about your value. Financial stability may not come your way because nobody is going to increase your pay. Nobody is going to promote it that way. They don't say anything special about what you're doing. Even though you're a graduate, they believe that if they employ a school set holder, that is a secondary school, graduate, but you are a university graduate, if they employ a secondary school graduate and train the person, they'll be able to do what you're doing. So there is no value. They're not getting value. And if you're a business person, are you giving value from what you're selling? Are you actually solving problem? Okay, you're selling clothes. In what way are you doing it differently from others? Otherwise, people can go elsewhere. Then another thing in about value is the amount of value that you create. Some people limit the amount of value that they create. They only solve problems for 25 people. So they get very little money. If you're able to solve problems for 25 people, then you can increase your capacity and then start solving for 50 people. When you reach that mark, then you can increase your capacity, double up again, and solve for 100 people. The more people you solve problems for, the more your money. So don't just be a local champion. Think beyond your locality. You already have your skill. You already have your knowledge. You already are an expert at something. Then increase the number of people. We live in an interesting time, the digital age. You can reach more people beyond your locality. Do you know how to run adverts? Do you know how to do digital marketing? Or you just wait for people to place their orders locally? You won't get enough money that way. Meanwhile, you have the capacity. Your goods are already there. The services that you render are already there. It's not like you are reinventing the wheel. Just spread your tentacles so that you can reach more people. In our real estate business, we have reached more people online than we have been able to reach physically. And that is just the truth. Most of our clients are from the online space. We are creating more value that way, and more money is flowing to us. The second point is develop multiple sources of income. One source of income in this age and time is too risky. I really don't know how people cope. With one source of income, I don't know how they cope. And it's not even a matter of, oh, they are earning big. What if that source dries up tomorrow? Some people are so complacent with their jobs. Oh, I work in an oil company. Oh, I work in this big firm and all of that. So my take home is big, it's huge. Congratulations. But you don't know what will come up tomorrow. And they'll say, excuse me, we're so sorry, Mr. James. You've been a dedicated worker. You've been so consistent. Through you, so much growth and success has come to our organization. But we're so sorry. This is beyond our control. We just have to relieve you of your duties. You know, they have a good way of packaging it. They won't come and say, oh, you're sacked, you're fired. It will be well packaged. But the reality remains the reality. This job is no more. That's why you see some people who are doing so well. They have fantastic jobs. And the moment that job is taken away, that's the end. No backup, no plan B, nothing. They put all their eggs in one basket. When it comes to financial stability, you don't put your eggs in one basket. You don't put all in one basket. You need multiple streams of income. Even in the Bible, 4 streams of income are recommended through the different rivers. And it has been established that, yes, at least 4 streams of income. Maybe you have a 9-to-5 job. That is one. You have a side hustle. You are marketing for a real estate company. That is 2. You have your social media pages. You're a content creator. You know, every now and then you get paid, maybe by Facebook, by YouTube, or, you know, that is 3. Then you have resource selling. You have written books. You have online courses that are bringing money in for you. So you are not working actively in different places. The rest are called passive income, maybe just one active income that requires your time and your presence. But the rest are passive income. You don't have to be there physically. It is not dependent on your time. And that is the sweetest means of income. Passive income. You may be sleeping and money is entering your account. You're on vacation, yet you're earning. Nobody's querying you. There's no boss saying, where are you? When are you coming back to work? It's taking too long. Passive income. So if you're going to be financially stable, make sure that you're building means of passive income now. Be using your income, your salary that you're getting now, profits from your business. Be diversifying into different means. You like reading, start writing books. With your phone, you can create courses, digital courses, put them on Seller. People click, they buy. The money enters your account. I have organized a course before, online. I was broke at the time. I know about content creation, social media marketing, social media management. I learned all this myself. I learned about it, you know, video editing. I can edit my own videos. I can do everything. I can design graphics. So I was broke at the time. What did I do? I just designed one flyer, you know, put the message out there. I did not even run adverts. So many people showed up. 10,000 naira per person was what I charged. They paid. I coached them, delivered what I promised, and I earned my money. It is very easy. But if you don't have anything to offer, then how? So this goes back to the value that we talked about. Beyond your job, what else can you do? What skill do you have? If I'm not doing my academic work, I'm not researching, I'm not selling real estate, I will earn money through my digital skills. I will earn money. The third point is learn to spend below your means. Very, very important. You may have heard this over and over again. It is not cliche. Spend below your means. Don't even spend as much as you earn. It must be below. There must be something left to multiply for you. Don't eat all your seeds. If you spend all your salary, you are eating up your seed. If you spend all the profits from your business, you are eating up your seed. Your salary is a seed. Profit from your business is a seed. No matter how low you earn, there must be something that you keep aside. And it is recommended that it should be 10%. 10%. Don't touch it. Discipline yourself. 10% must go into your future account. That is what belongs to you. 10%. When you collect your salary, do you know what you're doing? If you spend it all, you give the food seller, you give the clothes seller. Fine, they are giving you clothes in return, they are giving you food in return. You give the shoe seller, you give the hairdresser, you give the cobbler, you buy fuel, and all of that. It means that you have worked for all those people. 30 days or 31 days a month, you have worked for all those people. So when you collect your salary, you're saying, take, this is yours, take. What now belongs to you? Nothing. That is where the 10% comes in. It is yours to keep. That's what the richest man in Babylon says. It is yours to keep. 10% is yours to keep. It's not for food. It's not for hair. It's not for jewelry. It's not for anybody. It is yours. That is the evidence that you have worked 30 days a month. Or else, what do you have to show for it? That you actually worked throughout the month. That one is there to be breathing. But it won't just breathe alone. I'll go to the next point. Save and invest intentionally. When you keep that 10%, don't keep it in your bank account. It is going to be reducing. Bank charges will deplete it. Inflation will catch up with it. Put it in an interest-yielding savings account. No matter what, you still earn some interest. Let your money earn interest. Then when you have a substantial amount, it doesn't have to be too much, then put it into investing. Investing helps you to multiply your money. Savings preserves your money, but investing multiplies your money. If you save, it will take you a long time to build financial stability. But if you invest, you reach your goal quicker. It is not an overnight scheme. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not Ponzi scheme. Do it consistently, intentionally. That you are building something. You are going somewhere. Because you can't rely on your job. What assets are you building? The other time, I wish I could choose asset building and skill building at the same time. If you want to be financially stable, you also have to build assets. Assets will help you preserve your money, to multiply your money. Imagine that you buy a plot of land in a good area, a developing area now. Now that you are not pressed for cash, you are still working actively, steady income is there for you. That plot of land is appreciating. Then years later, it would have appreciated a good deal. Whether you want to convert it into something, maybe commercial plot, or you want to build on it to be earning rental income, or your family wants to stay there, or you want to sell it off, you are definitely not selling at the same price that you bought it. Or you want to invest in stocks, in shares, but investments is not negotiable. Start by saving. It helps you to build discipline. And it's not about the amount. Save small amounts consistently. Your £5 here, your $10 tomorrow, your 5,000 cedis, your 10,000 naira will go a long way. It is the discipline. Beyond also putting money in the bank or the savings account, I even said don't put a lot of money in the bank. You can also have a piggy bank. Your loose change, be putting it in there. And teach your children as well. When they give them money, they should cultivate the habit of saving. And then you help them to invest it. Then the next point is avoid bad debts. Have you heard of loan sharks? How many people know loan sharks here? Loan sharks are perpetrators of bad debts. Avoid them. with everything that you've got. Borrowing is easy, but paying back is hard. And a lot of people keep borrowing. The cycle continues because at first it feels harmless. There are two kinds of debt. There is good debt, there is bad debt. Let me talk of the bad debt first, because this is one that is affecting a lot of people, putting them under so much pressure. I receive messages in my inbox every now and then. Oh, I'm under pressure. I borrowed from loan sharks. Now I don't even understand the interest. The interest keeps increasing. I can't sleep. I don't have peace of mind. Please help me. Unfortunately, I'm not able to help with cash. I'll just advise. Because now when you trace it, you see that this person has a long chain of debts from one loan shark to another. They borrowed first. It felt harmless. Now the interest keeps climbing. They borrow again so that they can meet up for that one. They are still not able to meet up. Then they borrow again so that but the problem doesn't get solved. Why do you want to have high blood pressure? Why do you want to lose your sleep? Because of money. That's why I said money is a terrible master. It will control you if you don't know how to control it, if you don't know how to manage it. Money will control you. Money should never make you lose your sleep. It should never make you lose your joy. It should never increase your pressure. Money is supposed to enhance our lives, to make us live better, to make us more beautiful, to be a blessing to other people, to promote the kingdom of God. That same money should not give us sleepless nights. Avoid bad debts. Any debts that does not add value to your life, that does not bring any improvement to you, any debt that you are not putting into any business that is not bringing in more money, any debt that makes you lose your sleep, your peace, your joy, is bad debts. It is bad. Good debts will bring you more money. Good debts will bring you profits. If you take a good debt and you manage it well, you pay off that debt, then it will increase your financial stability. It will do good for you, just as the name implies. It will do good for you. You borrow because you want to do genuine business. That is good debt. And you understand the business, because some people have good intentions. They think that it is good debt, so I'll put it into this business and then I will make profit. They do the calculations in their heads. Everything seems to be smooth. But then they don't have a proper plan on how to manage that money. So it turns into bad debt. So what I advise is that if you are just starting up your business, try not to borrow, especially if it is a new business. There's something called patient capital. Can you talk to some friends, family members first? That's where savings and investment is important. What do you also have that you can start with so that you can test things out? You don't go and borrow a huge amount of money for a new business. You don't even know who your target audience are, your target customers, how the market fluctuates. You have not done your proper, even if you have done your proper research. Until you actually start doing it, everything is still theory. Have you tested it? So test it with the small money that you have. Start small. You cannot start from the top. Nobody starts building a house from the top. You start from the foundation. Use your own money to test the business. Use money from generous family members and friends with their understanding that they are supporting you to trust the business, to test the business, Then when you see that, okay, things are going good, or there are some mistakes that you made, now you've learned, you know how to correct them, then you can now think of maybe borrowing. And even when you are borrowing, borrow just a little. Scale part time. Don't try to scale suddenly. Then avoid high interest debt. Avoid it. Any high interest debt is bad debt. You may not be able to catch up. Now you've calculated that, okay, you'll be able to pay up this money. But what about the interest? The interest is like double the amount. How are you going to catch up? Will you get enough profits or enough income? Sometimes it is not the money itself that ruins people. It is the interest. It is the interest, the way it is being calculated, especially with loan sharks. Then the next point is build financial discipline. Financial discipline is very important. All of these I'm saying, without financial discipline, you will not be able to sustain it. You cannot sustain what you're building. Because one day you're going to wake up and sabotage all your efforts. You can wake up one day and say, why am I even saving? Nobody knows tomorrow. Why am I suffering? Then you take all the money and spend on material things. If you are not disciplined, you cannot live below your means. You cannot. If you are not disciplined, you cannot save consistently. You'll be waiting for one big moment when you have a big amount of money before you save and invest. And it doesn't work that way. If you have not built that financial discipline, now that you are earning 5,000 cedis, when you start earning 50,000 cedis, you will struggle. You will struggle because now you have not grown into that capacity to earn more. So more money does not automatically translate to financial stability. There are some people who start earning more, and then the next thing they are thinking of is lifestyle upgrade. A new phone. Now they suddenly realize that their wardrobe is outdated. They want a new set of wardrobe, which may not be bad as long as you are not spending all your money to do that. They want a car upgrade. They suddenly realize they need to move out of this neighborhood, All they are thinking is lifestyle upgrade. No, with financial discipline, you have to grow into the capacity that you are praying for. You grow into it gradually. So that when you start earning a lot of money, you are not bamboozled with this money. You don't even start misbehaving. Pride does not get to you. Pride destroys so many people more than the money that they actually have, because they allow the money to control them. Then the last point, number 7, I hope I've not missed anything. We have up to 7 with this point, is invest in yourself more than anything else. An investment in yourself, nobody can take away from you. If you have a job, that job may go. If you have a business, it may crash. If you have stocks, shares, they may crash because they are not in control. If you have an asset, you don't know what policy may come up or whatever, all these things are material possessions. They may give way. But an investment in yourself, nobody can take away from you. Nobody. If you are in Nigeria today and you are going to the UK next month, it goes with you. If you are in Malawi today and the following month you are going to Singapore, it goes with you. An investment in yourself helps you to become a better person, a better financial manager, a disciplined person. So what are you investing in? Invest in your skills. What skills are you building? Beyond what you studied in school, what can you do? I do interviews from time to time. And this is one of the questions that I ask people. Okay, we see that you have studied accounting. Apart from accounting, what other skills do you have? What hands-on experience do you have? What practical skills do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer? Build skills. Then invest in your habits. What habits do you have? There are some financial habits that can damage a person's financial life. And a lot of people don't pay attention to it. Some people like to eat out every now and then. They eat in expensive restaurants. They think that, that is what actually levels up your lifestyle. So what are those habits You need to break them. Break them. Tackle them now. Invest in your communication skill. See, having a job or a business is not the only thing that can bring you money. Brush up your communication skill. Some people have fantastic business ideas, but ask them to pitch this idea. They cannot. And anything you cannot communicate clearly cannot bring you money. Even if it brings you money, it's going to bring you peanuts. Invest in your confidence. Maybe you're a timid person. You are too shy. Stand in front of the mirror and say to yourself every day, I am bold. I am confident. I know what to do. I have the wisdom of God. I am not timid. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. As a child of God, you should have a sound mind. You should be as bold as a lion. I'm sorry, it's raining heavily here in case the sound has changed. Invest in yourself. I really want to emphasize on this. See, if your job is taken away from you, an investment in yourself will bring you another job. Because you just package yourself again. The same you that got the first one in the first instance, you're just brushing yourself up again. Okay, what do you want? And then you go again. If your business has to go for any reason, the same you that built that first business can build another one. Nobody can take that away from you. So your mindset is very important. Then with all these principles, I think that you're off to a good start. Thank you so much for having me. God bless you. Thank you. I'm open and very happy to answer all your questions.
All right, amazing. Wow, thank you so much for that. So many nuggets in there. I wrote so many notes. Thank you so much, Dr. Olaide. This has been an amazing, powerful 40 minutes of sharing so much wisdom. And I hope that people were taking notes of what has been said. And so, yes, so there are a few questions that actually came in before the session, but we really appreciate you for sharing on all of these things that you have shed light on. Um, okay, so I'll go with actually let me announce right now for those of you who are joining us on YouTube. This is time for the it's time for your questions now. So please put your questions in the chat and then we will answer them. We will answer them. All right. Um okay. So this one here, I think I'll go for this one first. So this question is many young people have skills but lack opportunities and capital. What strategies can they use to turn these skills into sustainable sources of income?
All right, thank you. Can you hear me very
Yes,
well?
yes.
Okay, because I'm actually struggling to hear. It's raining heavily, but you can hear me
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, I get the question. So many young people have skills, but they don't have opportunities. That's not true. Don't believe that lie. Opportunities are everywhere. You have opportunities, but maybe you are not tapping into them enough. When I left Nigeria to go and do my postgraduate studies abroad, nobody gave me any opportunity. I created the opportunity myself. I was only a teacher in Lagos, Nigeria. Do you know how much it would take to do a master's degree abroad? No. The first thing that you need is faith. Napoleon Hill calls it a burning desire. If you have that burning desire, nothing and no one can stop you. You will go after it. You don't wait for people to give you a table. You create the table. In this digital age, there is nothing like no opportunity. There is nothing like it. What is that skill that you have? Start putting it together. Start building your portfolio. Create a social media account on all platforms and start showcasing yourself gradually. Some people want quick rewards. It doesn't happen that way. Start showing up. When I started creating content on social media, I didn't even have the mind of getting any money from it or, making anything. It is free to create social media accounts. It is free. But maybe everybody here has social media accounts across pages. What are you using those accounts for? Is it just to gist or to post your personal pictures, to post? No. How will people know what you carry if you don't showcase it? Social media has become a leveler. A leveler. Anybody can shine through social media if you know what you're doing. You put in your portfolio together. Oh, you worked for so person. They give you an opportunity. You may not charge much at first. In fact, offer your services for free. Offer your skills for free. There is a young man now that is doing a job for us in our company. He saw me on LinkedIn and he built a landing page, Oh, this is what I can do. I built this for you. I just wanted to show you what I'm able to do. And I took my time, went through it, and I was really impressed. Even though we gave that service to somebody else to do, but now we are engaging him for other services. He said, oh, beyond this, I can do this, I can do that. You create the opportunities, my dear friends. Opportunities are everywhere. Your background is not a limitation. Your country is not a limitation. Nothing can limit you if you do not limit yourself. Use social media to your advantage. Use it. Pitch to people. Show up intentionally. Don't engage in unnecessary banters online. You know what you're aiming at. You know your goal. There are opportunities. Start showing up. Me, I've been showing up since. Even Claudia found me on YouTube, isn't it? Now I'm speaking to you. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Oh, create opportunities. And then mention about social media as well. Young people are all over social media. I mean, that's their bread and butter. So why not start from where you spend most of your time, I should say. So thank you very much for enlightening us on that. Okay, we have another question here, and let me project it. So Christine says, please, can you expand on investing in habits? Do you mean turn the habits to generate some income? Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much, Christine. When I say invest in habits, invest in good habits. Start cultivating those habits that will make you to be financially stable. You know that if you don't have the right money habits or the right financial habits, even when money comes into your hand, you will mismanage it. You will spend it anyhow. But if you have trained yourself to spend below your means, if you have trained yourself to save out of whatever money comes into your hand, those are habits. If you have trained yourself to wake up early instead of snoozing all morning when you're supposed to wake up and, start pitching your ideas, showing up intentionally, those are the habits I'm talking about. And those habits over time, yes, will contribute to your financial stability. So having money is just not a matter of getting a good job and having businesses. There are so many lottery winners who are broke today. There are so many athletes who used to be very rich, now they are broke. There are so many musicians who used to be very rich, popular, now they are nowhere to be found. What happened? For many of them, it is habits. They cannot sustain what came into their hands because they did not become that thing. It just came on them. That's why lottery may not sustain anybody when it comes to wealth, because you have not built the toughness, those habits. It is really habits that sustains success, that sustains wealth. Like I said, if you don't build the right habits with your own hands, you're going to sabotage what you think that you have built. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the answer, and thank you for the question, Christine. Okay, so I have a question regarding business, starting a business, I should say, or enterprise. Some people, from my own experience, people have good business ideas, but what I've noticed is that a lot of the times their first business idea is very capital intensive. What would you say to someone who has a business idea that will require lots quite a huge amount of money, but they don't have the means themselves.
Thank you. I love the question, and I'm smiling because it's actually my experience. Starting a real estate company is capital intensive. How do you start a real estate company without having land somewhere? But with the help of God, we did that. This is where your networks come in, your relationships. Now that the business is not yet in view, who are the people within your circle? How are you showing up online? I'm going to tell you the truth. When we started our real estate company, before we acquired our first land, somebody already paid. So the man said, I don't know where the location is, but I trust you to do a good job. See, this company that you have started, I want to be the first to invest in it. You didn't know the location of the land. You didn't know anything. That is credibility. Build credibility first before you build business.
Yeah.
Build trust. Build a good network. Build relationships. These are the people that will come through for you. Even if you have the capital, you don't know how to put it to good use. The capital may not sustain your business. And when you have the trust of these people, please don't disappoint them. Your reputation is very, very important. There are people who have bought into every property that we have. There are people who said, whatever you are selling, I will buy. That is trust. That is credibility. Money has started entering the company's accounts when we've not acquired the first property. So if you have a good business idea, it is capital intensive. I'm not denying the fact that you need money, you need capital. But I have built a business without capital. Do you know Pastor Mrs. Ibukunwawoshika? The former chairman of First Bank of Nigeria.
Yeah.
She's a multi-billionaire. When she was young, she wanted to start a furniture business. She approached the banks for loans. Nobody was willing to give her a loan. So she said she put a 7-man team comprising of a carpenter and a upholstery man and the likes. They found an uncompleted building near the carpenter's house. With the little money that they had, they rented a few tools. They were able to start with what they had, put something together. You need that passion, that drive. Then put a proposal. Today, she's a multi-billionaire.
Wow.
You don't have money, put a proposal together. Put it together. Go and submit to different organizations. By the time you submit to 200 places, you are at least one person that will buy into that idea to say, come and pitch it. That is where preparation comes in. When preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable. Come and pitch this idea. I'm interested. That is your chance there. Don't allow money to limit you. I really cannot overemphasize this. Please. Money is not the first thing. Money should not stop you. It should not. I'm a living example. I just told you another one, Pastor Mrs. Ibukunwawoshika. Go and read Think and Grow Rich that I recommended by Napoleon Hill. Go and read it. People who did great things from humble backgrounds. I'll stop there. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. And an amazing testimony of how you also started your real estate company. God is indeed good and a provider as well. And I love the fact that you mentioned build credibility as well. Attitude is very, very important because it speaks louder than words. All right. The last question I will take for today because of time is also been pre-submitted now. The person says, stocks, shares, or cryptocurrency, which of these can generate passive income quicker in, say, 2 years so that I can invest the returns in real estate?
I don't have a definite answer. These are volatile investments, right? Yes, they are not guaranteed. Before you invest in stocks or shares or crypto, make sure that you are knowledgeable about them.
Yeah.
Don't just put your money into them because people are doing them. Make sure that you know what you're doing. Do your research very well. Do your homework, right? If you're investing in property, for example, okay, you can see the land. You have the documents. That is a tangible asset. Every investment has its own risk, whether real estate or every investment has a risk. But some are riskier than others, some are more volatile than others. So for
Mm,
crypto, for shares, for stocks, you know, these are like paper investments. Do your research very, very well. Know the company that you are buying shares into or buying stocks into, the crypto, what are those behind it, and all of that. Make sure that you are well informed so that you can make informed decisions, right? And don't put all your money into volatile investments. You may
mm,
want to diversify, take it gradually. But some people have very high risk appetites.
mhm,
Sometimes you'll be fortunate. Within 2 years, you have good returns, and that's it. For some people, the moment they put their money into, everything just turns around, you know,
mm,
and they don't have that luck. So, and pray along as well. Let God guide you. God
mm,
can see far ahead, right?
mm.
We may be calculate all the profits and everything, the returns, but God
Yeah.
knows ahead. Not all that glitters is gold. Let
Mm.
God guide you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so it's been an amazing session. I think we'll end with this question. We'll end this with this question. You're a Christian, and we are also a Christian organization. Tip, tip for us. You are an established business woman, an entrepreneur, and also have had great success. What How do you pray, or in fact, what scriptures do you meditate on to enable you to keep becoming, to keep going, to keep being prosperous and successful? If you can share that with us, yes.
I can tell you a few from the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, Psalm 46. Psalm
Mhm.
46 is one. Psalm 23 is one. Isaiah 45, the first few verses, you know, a couple of them. Psalm 121. I confess scriptures a lot. Isaiah chapter 60 is also there. I arise and I shine, for my light has come. Psalm 46, God is my helper. I'll lift up my eyes to the hills. Psalm 35 verse 4. Anytime I have a big financial obligation, that one is my go-to scripture. They
Mm,
looked unto him and they were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. God, in this business, I will not be ashamed.
mm,
I will not be ashamed. You are my helper. You say you will help me right early. The
mm,
Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
mm,
And I also like the scriptures. And Isaac sowed in the land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. So I'll
mm,
usually put my name. And Olaide sowed in the land and reaped in the same year 1,000-fold.
mm, mm,
I confess scriptures a lot. There are times when we've had to meet financial obligations, on a particular day, and help came through the night before.
wow.
So I've learned to be anxious for nothing. God has come through. We're still growing, we're still learning. But within this short time of doing business, God has been faithful. He has come through for us in ways that we would never have imagined. God is faithful. Trust Him with all your heart. And as you are doing that business, you must understand that you're a Christian doing business. You're not a businesswoman who is a Christian. You're a Christian first.
Mm,
So set your priorities right. Let God be your number one. When the money comes, are you going to use it to further the gospel, to help people, to be a blessing to others, or you're just there for your selfish gains? God can also read through our motives. So your
mm,
motives are very, very important. God sees everything. He knows that if that money touches your hand, you are going to harass people everywhere. Maybe
mm,
that's why the money is not coming. Put your
mm.
trust in God. Trust God with all your heart, and it will help you.
Wow. Wow, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Olaide. It's been an amazing, amazing, insightful session today. You have really helped us and reminded us of what we need to be doing. And if you are not here from the beginning, we talked about mindset. I think that's the most important, the number one. You need to work on your money mindset. So if you missed the beginning, this is on YouTube. Dr. Olaide is also on YouTube as well. We will tag her in this video as well, so it also appears on her channel. But Dr. Olaide, how can people reach you while we have you here as well?
Okay. Claudia, you have my email address, so can reach me through that email address. Or do you want me to say it openly?
No. We can share
Okay.
it with the community members.
Okay. For members of your community, yes. So you can share my email address with them.
Okay, fantastic. So yes, we'll share if anyone wants Dr. Olaide's contact, we'll share her email with you. Please just send a message or email us. But yes, we've had an amazing conversation. We don't want to take too much time. We want to be prompt. It's all about good habits. So we thank God for this conversation. I just pray a blessing over each and every one of us. God bless you, Dr. Olaide, for sharing with us your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, your testimony. And I pray that it has not fallen on ground that have been impacted and is really hidden in the hearts of people, and they're going to run with what you have said. I also pray that everyone who is listening, including myself, we will treasure these words, we will be reminded about them, and we will work on our habits, on our mindsets, on our skills. We will learn about investing and good financial management, and we will read those books that we have to read, Think and Grow Rich. So that's a recommendation. These days you can do audiobooks as well. So you may even find it on YouTube. You don't have to pay for it. So that's something that we hope that we can even share as a community. So thank you all so much for joining. Rewatch this when you have the opportunity, and a massive God bless you, Dr. Olaide, for sharing with us. We hope to have you again on our platform, and we will see you again if God wills. In Jesus' name, God bless you,
Excellent.
everybody.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. God bless you, everybody. Bye bye for today.